what do you like to do in life, and what's the last time that you did it?
Yeah.
That's amazing. So we had movement, we had mindfulness, then we had meaningful connections, and then we had
Yes.
mastery.
Exactly, the 4
Four
M's of
M's.
mental health. And make a little note from this, put it in your phone if you have it, write it on a piece of paper, stick it on your fridge, and in like a prescription. Like back in the day before we went to digital, prescribing, e-prescribing, I would write it on a prescription pad,
Right. I
you
remember
know,
that those
like
days.
it was an exercise. And they would be like, oh my, because again, like from the psychiatrist, they're like, oh, you're gonna give me a medication, and then they're like, oh no, there's something else. And I have really bad handwriting, notoriously, so as a lot of doctors do. So they were like, what is this chicken scratch? But 10 minutes a day, 4 habits. So it could be, if you're lucky and you got 40 minutes, great. If not, spread the 4 M's throughout the week. But if you can do one face-to-face contact, like this counts, right? Like video chat, if you can meet in person. But don't forget to go deep, right? Because then a lot of times we're kind of, got the mask on and everything's great and look at me. And saw something really interesting. It was talking about how millennials are very invested in looking rich to other people, and I was
Mm,
just thinking
yeah.
how everyone is always keeping up. But it was very interesting that they were calling out, a particular generation for being more so just to be mindful that we're all invested in our image, and it's human nature. But it's
Hmm.
okay to be like, nah, I'm not doing well. And I
Right.
love your
Be
authenticity because you're so,
vulnerable.
yeah, be vulnerable. And I love how you are so kind of open and vulnerable, and you kind of open, like normalize and level the playing field, because people are watching you and they're like, okay, he's doing great things. And at the same time, he's very open about his life and what he's been through. So I think that's really reassuring and comforting, and gives permission for people to open. There's a saying, compassionate listening is giving the other person permission to empty what's in their heart.
And that's so deep. And for me, when I share what I'm going through, like you said, it gives people permission to connect with you, because maybe they see what, Instagram portrays, but then you're not able to really connect on a human level when we just post highlight after highlight. The
Totally.
struggles the struggles are a better catalyst for a deeper and meaningful conversation, wouldn't you say?
Totally, absolutely. And I have to say, some of my closest friendships have come out of hardship. And that may seem so odd, but I can tell you, if you want to accelerate a friendship, start opening up to the person. Of course, we want to be mindful of what that other person's bandwidth is. So that's where sort of asking them, is it okay? And then once you're talking, I would say 15 minutes is kind of the sweet spot, when if you're venting and the other person's not interested or doesn't have the bandwidth, you want to be respectful.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to go deep, and you have to
Agreed.
be open again. And those friendships that I've made, I always joke about how certain life experiences, whether, I don't know, it's the military and boot camp or boarding school or medical school, grad school, like they bond you. Hardship really connects all of us.
I completely agree, and I would say the same. I've built so many meaningful connections based off of a place of feeling empty or lonely, or just a more genuine expression of yourself.